Hi, welcome to Phoenix Crypto. My name's Andy and welcome to another edition of Market Watch. Now, it's been a little while since my last video, probably a bit too long, but it's been a busy period for me as we're leading up to the holidays, and here in the UK, Christmas time is right around the corner, so lots of family stuff going on. Before we get into the video, if you like the content, press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. So what are we looking at here? So we've got a couple of trend lines that have been drawn here. You can see in red, you can see this dotted line here, and you can see that essentially if I was to try and draw a box around where price has been testing over the last couple of weeks, you can see here price has been testing this space, testing here, testing here, testing here, dip down, testing again, and you can see this nice trend line, and actually we are currently breaking out of it right now as we speak, okay, which is a fantastic move. And you can see that now the more times we test an area, the stronger it becomes, the more reliable we can expect it to be. So by virtue of the fact of how much it's been tested through more than a 2-week period, we can be fairly confident about it holding. And as we know, as we get this descending type of trend line here, we've tried to break out, retested, dropped below, tried to break out, rejected hard. Now we're trying to break out again. Could we reject again? Of course we can. If we close above, get a strong closure, there is every possibility that we might make this move stick. What makes me think that? So if I go to Wolfpack Pro, I think people know how much I like this indicator. Big anchor wave, trigger wave, trigger wave, trigger wave. Each one getting smaller, okay? Green diamond signifies a trigger wave. Got 1, 2, 3. You can see the line here, the trend line here, and we will be having bullish divergences. There are no doubt we will have bullish divergences. Golden crosses, which signify a potential breakout. Now on their own, they don't always play out. Group them together, they start to mean something. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've got this here, this new trigger wave that is forming. No green diamond yet, no golden cross. Are we going to get one? Possibly. Bollinger Band, look at it. Look here, it's gone up massively, okay, to signify the volatility. What is it doing now? It's narrowing. What does that mean? We're squeezing price. At some point, we're going to get a breakout. Now, the Bollinger Band doesn't necessarily mean we're going to break out going up. It just signifies we've got a big move coming and it will either break up or break down. But these trigger waves give us the idea that it might go up, okay? If I look at, this is VMC Morpheus here, 4 hour. Look at those trigger waves. Really nasty, horrible things. However, we've also got nice trend line going up, VWAP just about to cross. We've got the close in 7 minutes. That is almost certainly going to go up. We need to break this trend line, and then this trend line is really a mirror for this trend line. We break out of this, and we really move up. We've got a strong case. That said, we've tested this one a number of times. We've got another one here we haven't tested at all. So what can happen? We can hit this trend line and reject, right? But this trend line can suddenly start acting as support. So we can retest off here and move back up, right? That's what I'm looking for. And that's the play I'm in at the moment. I actually entered a number of trades not that long ago, probably within the last hour. DOT 117%, Bitcoin 100%. I entered SHIB a bit late, so that's up -10, but not too worried at this point. Link -12%, entered a bit late. Doge 97%, ETH 80%, Cardano 102%. So good solid trades. that I'm expecting to go up, and I'm very confident. Just going to look at some of my new favourite indicators. In fact, I'm going to go to the 1 hour on this, for a particular reason. So this giving me a strong sign that we've got a good move coming. This is showing the alignment of VWAPs. So as I'd expect, this green squares looking bullish. Look at that, that white lines heading up. The VWAP here heading up, all looking very positive. If we go to CG1, we've been at the bottom of the Keltner band. We're now trying to move up, so plenty of room to move. Keltner bands, once you start reaching, here, you start looking for reversals. We've been sat here for some time, retesting. We've been in this downward channel, we now could be looking up. Do I think that we're suddenly going to go parabolic right now? Probably not. Do I think if I go back to here that, price is just going to, skyrocket to, 51k or something, in the next, 4 hours? No. Do I think this, this is significant to kind of break us out of the kind of cycle we're currently in? This doesn't necessarily indicate that, it's 100k by Christmas, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love 100k by Christmas, but let's be realistic. So we've got here the MACD, which we know has been particularly bearish. This is a 2 week, so we've had 4 weeks of bearish action, I would turn around and say. Next close, we've only just closed this one, so the next one's going to be quite important. It's too early in this candle to really talk about anything. You can see that 20-week, EMA just coming down here. It'll be nice to retest here. That would be good. You can see here, previously in May, we came up close, came up, tried to retest, rejected really. But really that only took before we really started trying to get back above. We're talking 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 weeks. So we're 4 weeks in, so we've probably got we could have as little as another month. Some of these periods, you can clearly see here, have been, that's some period of time, right? This is pretty much, a year, so, some of these periods are quite long, that was, March through to the following, so more than a year, right? Could this be more than a year? It could do. I just don't think it is. I really just don't think it is. But we got the crossover of the bull market support band. So it is bearish, but we've got plenty of life left here, I think. And this position has held. It has held. So I'm very optimistic. Just going to very quickly look at some of the altcoins, see what they're doing. So Cardano here, I think this is a strong level of support over here. We're below this quite important trend line for Cardano, and you can see every time we kind of reject off there, yellow crosses, it's quite significant. However, we get back above this, we're back in business. Okay. And you have to look at, we're probably at 40% of the previous all-time high, which was well over $3. We're not even $1.50, so maybe even less than 40%. So this is a bargain price, absolutely bargain price. We got Sol operating in this downward trend, but look, we've moved from towards the bottom of the channel towards the top of the channel. We've got a nice VWAP coming up here. And if we break that, we can really think about breaking through this channel. If I go back to the 6 hour, we could think about breaking that. That 4 hour channel looks like there's quite a bit of room left to go actually, and we're still very firmly in the middle. So plenty to do here, plenty to do. Litecoin. Look at this. I mean, this is good support. Really, really good support. If I can find the right, here, that is very good support. And again, near this trend line, possibility of breaking out. Looking good here on the VWAP. You can see, we've got these trigger waves coming up here. We might have one more go rejection and may form another one here. So we might do, if I can get the right, what might happen here. So we're not likely to go down, but we can do this, right? So that's a possibility. Probably from here not going straight down, but that's what we could be looking at. We could be coming to test up here, dip down, one final trigger wave, and try to break this. Okay, that's what we could be looking at. We can look at a couple of other coins. We can look at DOT. I think this is severely undervalued. Probably doesn't look quite so good on the 6 hour. I mean, the VWAP does, but I'm not really sure about here. Certainly no green dot. This is quite a big trigger wave. I'd want something getting smaller and smaller. That said, I do think DOT is, I mean, look at that. That is a long downward, and we look ripe to break out of that. We really do, and that's on a 6 hour. Drawing random lines as I usually do during these. What I would turn around and say though is we've got peaks here of 54, and we are 24. Again well less than half price. One of the reasons why I opened a long in this now. Link I think is severely and it's a good coin. We've got this triangle here. It could go either way, if I'm honest. Looking at that, let's just zoom in here. Yeah, doesn't look great. Probably there's a room to go before we try and break out of this. But we've tested this a few times and struggled. We've also tested here a few times and we've held it. So I'm optimistic. What I would turn around and say is price is around $18. We've hit highs here of 37. I can't remember if that is the all-time high or not. Yeah, I think it might be. Let's see, go back further. Oh no, I knew it'd gone higher than that. So this has gone as high as into the 50s. I think that was the all-time high, 52, $18. I mean, this is a bargain price. So even though we've been in this downward channel, we've actually also managed to find ourselves in an ascending channel at the same time. So it's interesting to see where we are now, and I think this is a particular bargain. We can look Sol. I think I've looked at Sol. I did have a trend line I'd drawn myself on. I think it might have been the daily, but yeah, that we've broke down. I could draw it very quickly again here, but it went from somewhere like here to, so we're well below. Probably be a struggle to get back above this trend line anytime soon. This trend line is going up where a lot of those others are dipping down, so it could be interesting here. So yeah, there's a few other coins though that are in slightly different shape. Luna, it's just been crazy. Keeps going up. At some point, it will have a really big correction. That's inevitable. I would really be starting to think about it as it's getting towards the top of that channel. Do I think it's going to break out even further? Difficult. Another one that is pumped recently, this one getting towards the top of the channel again, pumped like crazy. That's a huge piece. Look what's happened here at that channel, right? Now, if you like to speculate and you don't mind a little bit of risk, it's probably worth a short. If we go to the Keltner band, if I put in, right, this is on hourly, look where we are there. In my opinion, ripe for a short. Once we reach these upper levels, and the Keltner band does move, right? You can see here, it allows, this went nowhere for a couple of candles. It allows the band to move up with it, right? So it can, but you can see here, and there's been over a few days, we've had a bit of consolidation here before we moved up, right? But at some point, this is unsustainable. Okay, it's unsustainable forever. And that's the reality. Right, so I'm going to call it there, really. So this has been quite a short video, quite a whistle-stop tour of a number of coins and what I'm thinking at the moment. Look, if I go back to here, undeniably this is bearish. Being underneath here is bearish. Seeing this is only 4 weeks, this one lasted significantly longer. Others have lasted more than a year. This could be quite bad, for the short and even medium term. But I just feel that, this is just a retest, and actually we just need to get back above this again, and I think we'll be okay. The MACD is probably more significant than the bull market support band, because the reality is the bull market support band has crossed a number of times, right? And it does so. I mean, this is 2020. This would have been March. So yeah, that was quite bad. But okay, this didn't go down, but it's retested. This dipped down, and look, went straight back up again. And that was during a MACD bearish time. So this could be something similar. This could be something similar, and I'm optimistic that we will go up. That said, we made some calls today, literally within the last hour. I don't even know when I posted the messages to my members in the Discord group. I think that was 10 to 7. So we're talking now and 20 minutes ago. We've got some really nice moves, and we've bagged some nice profit already. Again, since we've been doing this video, DOT 150%, Bitcoin 120%, SHIB is now in profit, Link still not quite, Doge 100%, ETH 100%, Cardano 136%. So I probably didn't open all the positions I probably wanted to, but there's also the risk management element of not having too many open. Am I confident that we'll hold? Yes, I am. Do I think it's a risk of having those positions open? Not in the short term, because I think we can see here now. In fact, we've had the close. We've had another one of these. Next candle could be very interesting to see if we get a golden cross on here, and that would be very, very significant. And at some point, we are going to break up. If I go to what time frame on I am? Yeah, so let's go. So this will have been September. Look, you can see here, and at some point we'll break up, and this was a massive move. That was like a 30k move or something over a course of a few days. So that was crazy. These things, that was a good move here. You can see there. So we shouldn't underestimate the significance of this picture at the moment. So I am optimistic is probably what I would categorize it as. Right, thank you very much for joining me. Like the content, subscribe to the channel, and have a great day.